Alright, so here's another video that many of you guys have been wanting, which is the runes, the build, specifically the runes, Conqueror, Electrocute, is it Dark Harvest? I'm gonna seal all the doubters now. Long story short, Electrocute, for the most part, is what I would recommend for 90% of people. Why, you may ask? It's the easiest rune to use. Obviously, Dark Harvest, you basically, if you have no interaction in your lane and everyone is squishy, sure. But I feel like for the most part, it's between Conqueror and Electrocute. I want you to forget about Dark Harvest for now. Unless you're smurfing in low elo, you would never go Dark Harvest because you're basically down a rune page. Electrocute is the easiest rune to use, man. All you have to do is land a Q and then literally hit an E, and that's Electrocute done. Or QE auto, or E auto Q, where there are so many things you can do with Electrocute. The problem with Conqueror is that, like, let's go over here. Like, this is Emerald Plus, okay? This is Emerald Plus for this, for 15.6 patch. 15.16. If you go here, Electrocute has always and will always consistently have a higher win rate. Like, let's go to the last patch, 15 points, whatever. Where the fuck is it? 15.15 as well. Let's scroll down. Again, look, that's like a 2% increase, and the problem here is that Electrocute has more games and it still has a better win rate. And you guys might be wondering why. Because Conqueror doesn't work that well on mid lane. It needs a really good setup and a good player. Because mid lane is not that big of a lane, you need to run down the enemy from your turret until their turret, and that's not that big of a gap. Especially if they have CC or if they have dashes, it's not that possible to fully execute your Conqueror until you're level 6. So in terms of like trading patterns, it's not that good. So if you want to go Conqueror, I would recommend going for the AD build that I've been trying out. I've posted so much about it and it's really good. I personally like the AP build more, but the AD build after the buffs are pretty good. I'm gonna go into a custom game and I'm gonna show you guys the builds. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what you're supposed to go, when, how, and everything. Okay. All right. Just decrease the volume. Okay. So let's talk about the build. I have this like in a nice, very simple terms. If you want to go AP, you're gonna start with this, right? I feel like this is the best build. The only thing that you can change, always go Lich Bane first. And if you can, go for Boots second. Sometimes you have to rush Boots first, by the way. Into matchups where you can't get on top of the enemy that quickly and you want to be roaming after. It's really good. But for the most part, Lich Bane into Sork Boots is really good. If you guys don't have a front line and you're struggling with like killing people, going for Zhonya second instead of third is really good. It gives you so much flexibility. Most of the time I would recommend to go for Shadow Flame, then Zhonya. But just in these kind of scenarios where you don't have a front line or they have like a bunch of assassins, Zhonya second is a really good. Even if you're snowballing, I promise you, I've made that mistake and I was like, fine, it's fine, I can go Shadow Flame. Trust me, if there's a Zed mid lane and a Rengar jungle and a Pyke support, you need Zhonya second so you can actually continue your snowball, or they can easily just pick you off. Okay? And in the very rare situations where you're able to go for Death Cap second or third, I would highly recommend. Ignore everything else. Let's say like you've been forced to stay on the map and you're just constantly getting kills and you actually have the money to get Death Cap, then you would buy it. Whether it's second or third item, if you can fully purchase Death Cap, or you don't have enough money to get a full item but you can get double rod, then you would get double rod. But if you're able to, because usually you would already base and you have one rod, so you'd be able to get Shadow Flame. But like those are rare scenarios because Death Cap is very expensive. That's why I'm telling you, like, it's a very rare scenario where you're able to actually build this second or third item. Usually Death Cap would be your fourth item, unless you're like crazy snowballing and you have Magi's on like 25 stacks. Then that's something completely different. But for the most part, your build is going to consist of Lichbane into Shadowflame into Zhonya. You don't have a front line, they have a lot of assassins, you're gonna go Lichbane, Zhonya into Shadowflame, and then they're stacking a lot of magic resist. You can go for Void Staff into Deathcap. If you don't have that much, then you can go Deathcap into like any other AP item. Doesn't really matter. Now, I hope that's clear. Then you have the AD build. AD build, 90% of the time you'd be going Flash DP, Conqueror, and you would go for this start. You would always go for Longsword, Refill, and now you guys are wondering that I thought this was the build people always go for. After the buffs, people have realized that Kraken has been like performing really well going first item, especially when there are no tanks. If there are no tanks, this is the build, and I have tried it many times, and I'll show you guys even after this like how really good this build is. The one with no tanks, you care a lot about the boots. But for the one with with 2-3 tanks, you don't give a shit about the boots because you're just going for full damage. You want to get Bork into Kraken into Terminus. That's your core item. And then 90% of the time you would go for like, yeah, 90% of the time I'd say you'd go for Titanic Hydra so you can have the HP. 600 HP is crazy, by the way, from that item. It's really good. But 90% of the time you would go for those 3 core items, and then the ones with no tanks, you would go for Kraken into Boots, Sundered Sky, Death Dance, Terminus, and then everything else is like very situational. 90% of the time you would go for these. Unless they have like a rare scenario of 4 AP. But if they don't have 4 AP, then you would 90% of the time opt for this build. Always. This gives you so much durability. This gives you a lot of durability. This increases your damage. More damage and durability. It's the most bruiser build you can ever have. And Kraken just makes it more of a one-shotting build after the buffs. I feel like this is a more balanced build. In terms of if you want to go every single game, this is the best build. This is more, again, against tanks, because this shreds tanks, shreds, gives you HP and on-hit and AD. So, this is specifically when there's like a Nautilus support, and a Darius top lane, and a Sejuani jungle, then this build definitely shreds more. This build would not be shredding that much. That's why I said when there are no tanks, or one tank, I would say. Honestly, if there's one tank, or 0, like let's say only a Nautilus support, and then there's like a fucking cannon top lane, you can easily just go for this and you're good. This is fine. But 2 and more, I would highly recommend just going for this. There's no avoiding them, especially if the other tank is a top laner. You might have to be dealing with them, and most of the time you would be taking TP when you're going for this build, because you're playing to scale. Because you get really strong once you get Kraken in this build, and you get really strong when you get Bork here. They're both equally as good, especially Bork. Bork is a really good gap closer because of the slow it has. And this has a lot of like on hit. It's really good. I feel like I've covered everything that I really needed to do. The only thing left here is what is it called? I want to show you guys the combos. Okay? I'm gonna show you guys how to set up in laning phase, and then I'll show you guys outside of laning phase, like with a dummy. Okay? Usually 90% of the time when you're level 1, all you want to do is either throw the Q on the opponent if you're trying to chunk them down, or try to hit the 3 Qs on the first minions. Right? Very simple. And then, if you guys... I'm just going to explain this in the most simplistic way possible. The Q will always mirror where she is. If she's over here, it's going to go the other direction. You see how it's going to end up right here? And you just E on top of it. Very simple, right? Electrocute is really one of the easiest ones to land. Let's see your opponent's right here. Obviously, he won't be standing still, but throw Q. It will be on top of him. Go for an auto. That's literally how easy it is to proc this, because you're always gonna, after you land your E, there's gonna be an auto attack right after. That's why there's this auto cancellation thing. There's an auto attack reset when you click your E. That's why when you E onto someone, it will always be easy to land your other auto attack. So now that we've shown this, I want to show you guys here some combos that you can do. Basically, how you want to be doing this, there are so many combos. There's QE auto, right? Is there any way to like reset my rune? Actually, I feel like it doesn't matter. Like, it's still point stands. E auto Q. You have EWQ, which is like most of the time you would want to opt for this, which is the EW auto. Boom, boom. This is the best combo for Katarina. E auto, WQ auto, E auto, dagger, E auto, and then ulti. Or just ulti anywhere in between. So many resets that you guys can see. Try the auto attack in between. Like those auto attacks really do add up, trust me. Especially in the early game when you're skirmishing on mid lane. They really do add up. And then you have, once you're ahead and the enemy doesn't have CC, you can literally just... That's literally all you need to do. If they don't have CC, obviously. But most of the time you would have to E and then use your W to dodge something, and then always try to move sideways when you're going through your combos. Like you see, I'm always like moving sideways when I want to do something. I always fade away after I use my daggers. Like I E and then move away, fade away, and then go back. So they don't expect when that was. I can easily bait it like this. Like EW and then move like this, bait an ability, and then go back in. Get what I mean? There's a lot of mind games when it comes to the dagger. Especially when you're like, just put a dagger up, and then they think that they're safe, so they like, many times, I swear to God, many times, they get intimidated and they try to like bait your E, and they like do this, and they do this. Once you like master Katarina, you will time that so well, they won't be able to dodge it. They will think that they can dodge it, and then they're gonna die. Because you choose where you land on the dagger. Whether it's this tip or that one over there. So they don't really expect it. Trust me. It's really, really good. I feel like that covers everything. The only thing that I would say is left is Conqueror. I'll show Conqueror in the game because it's not really realistic for me to show you in the custom game. All I know is that it takes quite some time to proc in the early game for you to get any value. You would have wasted all your abilities and you were left with your auto attacks to actually proc your Conqueror, which most people, when they have Conqueror, they're stronger than Katarina. That's just how they are. Silas is stronger, Yone is stronger, Yasuo is stronger. If you're just talking a pure brawl in Conqueror, because many people are telling me they were questioning why you would take short trades with Conqueror. You would always want to take a short trade and not get traded back. That's the point. Trying to like E and go for a short trade and then E out. That's the whole point. And then you would go for an all-in long trade. The difference is that when you go electrocute, you're going for constant short trades like 2, 3, 4. With Conqueror, you try to go for 1 or 2 and then you go for an all-in. Usually it's one short trade into an all-in. That's all it takes. One good short trade and then you can easily go for an all-in. But from 100 HP, you're both 100 HP and you want to go for an all-in, you're gonna get fucked 9 times out of 10, bro. 9 times out of 10 you're gonna lose that brawl. Anyways, let's get into a game and show you guys the AP and the AD variation.
Alright, so this is going to be the AP variation, and this is, I don't want to say a tough matchup. Many people struggle with this matchup because he neutralizes the matchup, and many people were telling me first strike is going to be really good, or like they go first strike into this matchup. Guys, we're not in like fucking 2021 when first strike was actually good. Don't ever run this shit, please. I'll show you guys how to actually play this lane. Basically how you're gonna play this lane, especially if you're going electrocute. All you have to do, try to play for level 2 and then keep spamming your Qs, because if you guys didn't know, his passive does not come up if you keep on spamming him with Qs. So you're gonna eventually make him low. And then go for these short trades. Very simple. That's why I was telling you, this is an amazing rune. I highly recommend that you guys go for electrocute over anything. And this is another combo I showed you guys, E auto Q. And now there's a potential kill over here because I'm gonna hit level 3 before him. We're gonna go in, level up timers, fade away, boom. Exactly how I taught you guys, especially the fade away, guys. Moving away and then going back in. Always do that. And now that we got the kill, we don't need to really kill this guy again. We got our lead. Nothing, don't tunnel vision on trying to kill your laner so much. There are so many people that tell me, oh, but I killed my laner like 7 million times and I lost my game. No shit, bro, because you're literally trying to play for lane only. When you're mid lane, you have access to every single lane. The main reason I engaged here, by the way, because he has no ignite and my Silas pinged me on the way. Get my reset, run away. Always fade away. You see how I always run away when I want to use my dagger? I always run away. And boom, just like that. Very simple. We got both of their kills. They lost so much tempo out of this, and my jungler got a lot of tempo. You want to shove this wave so that you don't miss anything. And yeah, chuck a word right in the center so that you get info whether Galio is going to roam or not. And we just base here. Alright, so now that we have a lead, we're just going to either be farming or bait this guy into thinking he can kill us, because he's probably really emotional right now. And that's another kill, because then he's not going to be respecting the gank a lot. So yeah, you can always play around that. Again, killing him is not really a big priority. But it seems Silas really likes me, so I'm just going to keep on following whenever he wants to do any of these kind of plays. Because I'm really strong, so we can easily 2v2. Even if Kane comes, it's not going to be even close. And that's, we pick up another kill. We're going to shove this wave. And thing is, we're 8-0 right now. So I don't really need to roam or anything. Don't force roams or force anything. Unless you see the enemy bot lane low, or you see top lane overextending, anything of that sort. If there's nothing on that case, like you see bot lane, there is no one, top lane, my Aatrox already based, there's no one, I'm just gonna go grab the plating, and then go for a base. Once I get a Lich Bane, I become active. Active just basically means it's my power spike, which is basically what I'm getting right now. That's why I went for the third plating. Now that I have Lich Bane, I'm gonna be all over the map, and I don't care about killing Galio anymore. Okay, so I'm gonna try to hit top lane. Maybe I can kill Heimerdinger, or I can catch Kane off guard. Because Grubby's is up, so we have to keep that in mind. Maybe I can kill him if he goes for this. So we'll just wait a little bit. There he is. I'm not gonna... I would have loved to kill him, but... we still stopped him from taking Grubbies. That's honestly all we needed to do. We're gonna use the cone so that he runs even further. Ping my Silas so that he can take this. It doesn't matter if this guy's chunking me down. Aatrox has prio. The Kane is no longer here, so this is supposed to be at least 2 free Grubbies. So it's a win-win for us. So even though I lost my lane prio right now, which again doesn't really matter, because I already got the lead I needed. I don't need to kill this guy anymore. I don't need any lane prio. So don't feel upset that, oh, I'm no longer killing Galio anymore, because Galio is building tank, and he's now building magic resist for me. We have AD Aatrox, AD Vayne, so he's gonna get shreked by both of these people. My priority is not to kill it's not to kill Galio. He has 4 other squishies, which I am going to make a living nightmare out of. And finally, after 10 minutes, we're finally getting our first big roam. Holy shit, there we go. Bro, this was the most fucking stale and pale and boring start to a game, man. I was just bullying Galio over and over again, and then no one was overextending, and you have to be patient. You don't want to be forcing these kind of plays. The only plays you can force is the ones where are for objectives, where you force the enemies to walk up and then you punish them, but not forcing. If you force a roam when they're not low or they're not pushing, chances are the jungler could be nearby, you could get outplayed. Like there's a very good chance, so better safe than sorry. You don't want to force any of these kind of plays. Now we'll try to roam bot lane, maybe. We'll see how that goes. Gonna be spamming my team. This is free. This is literally free. Doesn't matter if they flash this. Doesn't matter. Ulti, boom, ignite. Don't even need ignite. Bro, she disappeared. Well, yeah, so now you see how we won mid lane. We didn't tunnel vision too much on killing Galio. We killed Kane. We stopped Kane from taking Grubbies, so we were able to get Grubbies. We got priority on mid lane, priority for top lane. We killed Heimerdinger. Now we went bot lane, securing Drake. Got a double kill, I think. I think we got 1 kill and our team got a kill, but point is we killed bot lane. So you see how we're extending our lead to our team? We're not focusing too much on just us getting all the kills, or us only. It's not only about me, basically, you know? You have to think about your whole team. You try to get your whole team ahead, and it's gonna make your life so much easy. It makes your life so much easier. You don't have to be the main character. I don't think he's gonna expect me to be here because he just saw our bot fight. So maybe I can kill this guy over here, and I have my ulti. remove his turrets, take our time here. He needs some time to actually set up his Heimerdinger turrets. Boom, no problem. Once I get on top of him, he's just dead. So, bro, this is... Oh my god. That's 100% a flash, by the way. That's 1,000,000% a flash. No one's gonna convince me. Ain't no way this guy got that far without fucking flashing. Oh my god. Well, it's fine. Does he have Ignite? Does he have Zanya? If he has no Zanya, he's literally inting here. We just baited him. You see how we baited his abilities? It's fine. He ignites and honestly, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. That was fucking so bad. I'm not gonna lie. I have Magi's. Like on the bigger side, like I guess Aatrox was able to pressure mid lane from this. But in terms of like value for me, it's not that worth because I lost a lot of Magi stacks. But again, it's not all about me, so honestly, it's worth overall because mid lane tower is really important. We forced Heimerdinger flash and Heimerdinger ignite. Forced Kayn to come topside, so bot lane we're having an easy time. So overall, it's pretty good. Not for me though, but for the whole team. We always have to think of the whole team. Like I took Electrocute for my team. I didn't take Electrocute for Galio. Most people would take Conqueror or First Strike into this matchup, but I say it so many times. Do your build and pick your build and runes based on the enemy team, not on your laner. Always do that, and you're going to have a much easier time. Trust me. At this point, I just want to close the game as fast as possible. I just want to focus them. Hopefully she dies. Get Jinx out of the game as fast as possible and close the game before she actually scales. Big problem that most people do in low elo, they don't end the game as fast as possible and they like drag it out. I see it so often low. I thought he was about to miss the third. I see it so much in low elo where they literally, a game that's supposed to be winnable by like minute 20, they extend it to minute 30 and they either lose from an Elder, steal, or it's just not worth it, man. Thing is, I know they don't do it like on purpose, but like you guys have to like increase your knowledge gap in these kind of areas, because I swear most of the time dragging out the game is just not to your favor, especially if you're winning. It's just not what you want to be doing. I don't know, is this a good fight? I don't know. It looks fine. Yeah, it looks fine. He missed his E as well. I'm gonna engage for the team so that they have space, by the way. That's why I'm engaging. And it worked out. Again, I'm not the main character. You don't always have to be like, oh, I'm the main character. It might work out, it might not work out, but we took that fight without Aatrox, by the way. But because no one was engaging, I had to not engage, but like start the fight for the team and give them space, you know? In any case, it's literally in our favor though. Like we're literally forcing flashes and exhausts and heals and everything. So next fight, these guys are gonna get toast. And it might be it looks like a free top tower as well. So we're slowly but surely like making them crumble. And we're gonna get a free Drake here as well. I guess I'll try to secure it for the team, yeah. We kill Kayn. Now it's supposed to be a free Drake. I don't know why they didn't take it, but now this is definitely a free Drake. The jungler is dead. And I'm just gonna... Now that they know I took that word, they're not gonna walk up. They're gonna be scared of me, which is normal. And yeah. My main focus here is either kill Jinx or to kill Kayn. Because Kayn is like killing my team and Jinx deals a lot of backline damage. Oh, there's Kayn. Come here. Let's go. We killed their assassin, and now my team is supposed to feel way more comfortable walking up because they don't have that one-shot threat. That has to be like a huge thing. If we're able to get bot tower, that would be good, but I don't know. This looks very awkward. I think we should just go for a mid inhib here. Yeah, I think it's a 4v5, so I'm not really too scared here. Especially with Vayne, this is like very easy. If I had Zanya... Honestly, guys, I feel like in this game, I should have went Zanya. I thought the game would close out faster than this. I know it's still minute 23, but I thought this game would finish like before minute 20. If I had Zanya, it definitely would, because basically with Zanya, I can force an engage on Jinx.
either kill her or force the Janna ult or Janna exhaust, and then I would click Zhonya. And then my Vayne can engage Aatrox, Silas, so much more. But now I have Seeker's Armguard, so I guess it's fine. But I just didn't think too much about it because I thought the game would be over. But I guess not. You get so surprised, by the way. It's 30 to 11. 20 kill gap, by the way, guys. And this game didn't finish before minute 20. It's crazy. I don't know, man. They actually stole Elder, by the way, but because of how strong we are, it's not even close. Like they stole Elder from us. They just die here, man. I swear, like this was like the most annoying game I've ever played. EE. My god. Some games are not in your hand to like finish as fast as possible, especially if your team does not help you with that. They really wanted every single objective. But yeah, let's move on to the AD build now. So this is the AD build now. You start with Longsword and refill 90% of the time. And you can definitely go Conqueror first. And then the second tree is honestly really flexible. I just knew this is a free matchup. That's why I went for full scale. Basically, you're going to play for level 3, which I taught you guys in my fundamentals guide. If you guys didn't watch that, check that out. I'll link it in the description. But basically what you're going to do now is just try to last hit on farm. And then now that the second wave has crashed towards me, that means I'm going to hit level 3 before him. Because the minion wave is on me. So that means the minion wave is going to come closer to me before it actually goes to him. That's all that means. So he's going to be scared to walk up for these CS. So we can just chill. And then once we're level 3, we're going to try to engage on him. Don't need to necessarily kill him, but as long as we deal a big blow, it's gonna decide this matchup. Because a lot of the time in fighter matchups, boom, go for a nice trade. If he takes it, I'm gonna all in him. Yep, auto auto, and he's just dead. Look at that, perfect. This is how you're supposed to utilize Conqueror, because if you're not able to fully all in someone like this, it's really bad. Especially if it's against another Conqueror champion, it would be really bad. But it worked out in our favor here. And what we're trying to build here is Bork, definitely first item. And maybe... it might be Bork, Kraken, Terminus, because they have Volibear and they have Garen. So we don't really have anyone who can shred them. So that's why I'm going to step up there, because we don't have a Vayne or like a Jinx that can hyper carry. We have Kai'Sa, who's probably building on hit or AP, and that's not going to be enough to actually melt them. So that I'm going to step up and be the one dealing that damage. So we'll see how it goes. For now, doesn't look too good for our team, but maybe actually never mind. It's kind of even. It's kind of even. And I'm winning lane as well, so I'm just pinging her because my laner is missing. It's honestly, it's even, but it's more towards the enemies, because Volibear is just really good at snowballing because of his CC and how fast he is. Go for a nice short trade. I talk about this so much. Boom, boom. We're gonna auto and then E out. I didn't even think he would ignite, but we forced an ignite. You see how we took a short trade and then ran away? Now that he has no ignite, he lost so much pressure. And even if Hecarim didn't come here, he would have died. Auto. Yeah, amazing. Even if Hecarim didn't come here, I was going to kill him. He doesn't have ignite. I had the level lead. It was going to be inevitable. He was going to either base or die, one or the other. But yeah. This is possible to carry. My team is kind of doing bad. But I don't want to force anything until I get Bork. Because with AD, you're really weak until you get Bork. There's nothing really much to do. I've just been farming. I'm just trying to get my CS as high as I can. Well, what the fuck? Why is this guy not moving? Okay, I think this is a free kill. I was just baiting him in. That's why I walked up. And we're gonna ignite. And then just go on Volibear. If he runs, then it's fine. I just want to shove this. I only cared about killing Talon, because if he dies, then I'm able to push the wave and deny him CS. I'm really close to getting Bork, or I already have it. Yeah, I already have Bork. Amazing. And I already have magical boots, so I already have the movement speed. Oh, this is really good, guys.
Now, whoever I jump on is 1,000,000% dead unless they flash. The slow from Bork is insane, by the way. It gives you so much kill pressure. You'll see during these duels. Is anyone gonna walk up? Oh, alright. Oh, I didn't expect him to be here. Holy shit. Bro, that echo came perfect. Why the fuck? Is echo support? Oh my god. I didn't even know, man. What the fuck? Bro, he came out of nowhere. I was surprised. I was like, is he the jungler? Echo support, man. What is this, guys? Bro watches Jalal Ban, or I don't know. That's like he's like a Korean really good echo. He doesn't even play him support though. So I don't know. Like, why does it feel like my team is like not cooking at all? Oh my god, she walked back into that. Why does it feel like my team is hard losing? I don't know. This is gonna be probably a hard game. I need to get my 3 core items in order to get active this game. It doesn't look like my team is gonna be helping me here in any way. Irelia is getting caught here. No one's around. Hekram could have rotated, but doesn't look like. I don't know. I feel like he could have rotated, but it's whatever. Basically, I'm just gonna be playing to scale. The moment I die, this game might die. By the way, because if I die, I'm losing so much tempo. I want to stay alive for as long as I can. I'm just gonna be side laning and picking off kills. With Bork, there's this guy's 100% dead. Yeah, and he just gave up. He's like, yeah, man. It's like, allow it, bro, allow it, man. Nah, man, not on my watch. I know I'm gonna be sometimes giving up objectives for this, but I need my core items to get active this game. Trust me, my team is really weak right now, and my only hope is my top laner, which is Irelia. Irelia is doing really good, and she got tower as well. I don't know what this guy's doing, but I have to put a lot of faith in Irelia, and Hekram definitely will be of. I'm really glad that we have a engage, so it makes my life so much easier. So let me try to help her. Doesn't look like I can. Well, at least we get the kill though. I have full conqueror stacks. If this guy comes for this fight, okay, she's just gonna run. I just kept it active in case he was thinking about running back in. That's why I didn't want to cancel it too fast, even if it looks awkward. It's fine. Let's just hit it a few times and then run away. Get the shove in and then go for a Drake so that we can get Prio for lane. We force someone to grab the wave. It doesn't look like anyone's on Drake, so I'm just gonna force this tower. He can't do anything, by the way. If he walks up, he will die. No, I'm just gonna base here. We have a lot of money. Well, now that we have Kraken, oh boy, bro, we were gonna be tapping them. I just have to click ulti. Look at this. I thought she was gonna go ulti towards her side, not our side, but sure. We got 2 picks. We got Drake. Now we have tempo. By the way, this is our first time actually getting tempo, bro. It felt like we were like up 2 kills or 3 kills, but it did not feel like we were ahead. I swear it always felt like we were behind. Now it feels like we're finally ahead. I don't know. Can I actually kill this guy? Oh, never mind. Oh, never mind. He flashes. I used my auto Eoto so I can proc Bork. You saw that? I'm kind of gonna be baiting him and taking my time here. Oh, bro, this guy is like doesn't want anyone except me. Go for a short trade. Boom, Eolt. I wanted to take it really slow because if he clicks ulti at some point I die. Bro, I was like really close to the execute threshold. Like I said, the moment I die, this game will die. I have to be really careful, guys. Trust me, when you're the only one fed like this with a lot of tempo, you need to not die. Really. Just not dying is the best thing you can do. Irelia has been split pushing all game, and she's after 15 minutes, she's finally getting value, and where she's like actually inhibiting. Like she has a lead, but she's not fighting with us, which is it's not a must, but at least she was actually able to inhib them. Like she's literally, bro, she took 2 tier towers. Look at this. Like she's actually doing work on the side lane. If she wasn't doing any work, it would have been quite a problem. But now that we have Bork, Kraken, Terminus, which was the core items that I was telling you guys about, we're good to go in terms of damage dealing. We don't have we're kind of glass cannon right now, but we will deal a whole lot of damage if we. Thing is, the reason I say it that I like AP more than AD is because AD is so reliant on enemies not having much CC or you evading that CC, and you rely so much on ulti damage. Your daggers deal no damage when you go AD, by the way, so you have to keep that in mind. You literally are relying on an amazing ulti that will chunk most of their HP or help you get your first reset. Because you need a lot of auto attacks in, but it does not like it's not enough. The auto attacks are really not enough. Like if you don't have what the fuck? Bro, this guy's just tilted. Like I don't know, he's acting like an iron player now. I literally played yesterday against like a challenger Ivern, and after we tilted him, I swear to God, this guy, it felt like he was fucking iron. I swear. I'll make a video about it separately, but I swear to God, guys, he was a challenger, and I made light work of this guy. Bro, he was so fucking tilted. But anyways, let's just get back to the video. I'm gonna bait this guy, even if I have to flash. Oh boy, and there we go. Nice, we aced them. Might be a Baron angle, actually. If the team doesn't want to go for it, then it's fine. Well, let's start the limit test here. I want to fight the whole team. Let's see. Will they... Okay, yeah, they will take the bait. Look at my ulti. Look at my ulti damage. He used the stun. Look. Bro. Like, guys, you can't tell me this is balanced? Bro, I'm telling you, once you have these 3 core items... But, like, you see, once I don't have ulti, I feel so weak. Oh my god. Look, I died. Okay, I got a quadra kill. But like you see, the second I don't have ulti, I lose so much damage. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please make sure to comment, like, and subscribe if you like this kind of content. If you guys want me to do anything else, make sure to drop a comment or message me on my Discord, linked in the description. That's it for this video. Love you all, and peace.